Barb Wire. Is this film with Pamela Anderson still really that bad? Or can I give it some good old fashioned Big D justice? Well, let's not jump to any conclusions just yet. Just watch my review and find out. Big D's! Entertainment rankings and reviews. So, greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Doyle, better known to you as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a review of the 1996 superhero, or should I say superheroine flick, Barb Wire. Released by Gramercy Pictures for Polygram Filmed Entertainment, along with Propaganda Films and Dark Horse Entertainment, based on Dark Horse's comic book series of the same name. Directed by David Hogan and starring Pamela Anderson, when she was married to Tommy Lee at the time, credited as Pamela Anderson Lee, as the title character, along with Tamara Morrison, Victoria Rowell, Xander Berkeley, Udo Kier, and Steve Railsback. Yes. Now, I know this film bombed at the box office. I know. But it has become a cult classic, though. It was produced by Brad Wyman and written by Chuck Ferrer and Eileen Shaken. Now, as I would with most films, I'm going to try not to give the story. So I'm only going to give half of the story out to you. It's 2017, during the Second American Civil War. Barb Wire owns the Hammerhead, a nightclub in Steel Harbor, the last free city in the United States ravaged by the war. She earns cash as a mercenary and bounty hunter. Chief of Police Willis raids the club, and Willis's target is fugitive Dr. Karina Devonshire, or Cora D, a former government scientist with information about a new bioweapon called Red Ribbon being developed by her former superiors in the Congressional Directorate. The Congressional Council has tasked Colonel Victor Prizer with finding Dr. Devonshire so they can end the Second Civil War by releasing the virus on the United Front territories, and Dr. Devonshire hopes to escape to Canada to make this information public. Well, the Doctor shows up at the Hammerhead and is accompanied by Axel Hood, a freedom fighter Barb had loved at the outbreak of the war. They were separated during the conflict. As Axel tries to help Cora get to Canada, and they try to find a contraband pair of contact lenses that would allow Cora to evade the retinal scan identification at the Steel Harbor Airport. The lenses pass through the hands of several lowlifes before also ending up at Barb's nightclub. That's all the story I'm going to give to you. I will not give you no ending or anything. So if you've got the guts and glory to even watch this, then you're more than welcome to check it out. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I thought about this and what have you. Now, I've only seen Barb Wire a few times. I recently rewatched it on Tubi not so long ago, and, well, I understand why everybody dissed it and what have you. Roger Ebert pointed out that the film's plot was identical to that of Casablanca and derided the lowbrow attempts at sensuality, but praised the cast and crew's approach to the material. He says that the filmmakers must have known they were not making a good movie, but they didn't use that as an excuse to be boring and lazy. Barbed Wire has a high energy level and a sense of deranged fun. Yeah, I will agree with Ebert's review and what have you. Now, another person, this one's from Entertainment Weekly, comment on the film's aping of the Casablanca plot and its teasing hollow naughtiness, but first said that the film is lacking in energy. Well, that's factually true, and while someone at the New York Times criticized Miss Anderson's performance, comparing her to Barbie and Barbarella, And according to Rotten Tomatoes, as of now, they say that this film could have been Fun Camp, but Pamela Anderson can't deliver her lines with any dramatic or comedic impact. Well, that may be, but however, her hot bod and and I think you get the message, okay? I think was the one thing I liked about this movie. She was total bad ass. Anyway, this film got nominated for, let's see, 6 Golden Raspberry Awards, but it only won one of them. It was for Worst New Star, which Anderson won. Everything else did, but the others failed. It was also nominated for Worst Picture and also Worst Actress for Anderson, Worst Screen Couple, which were Anderson's impressive enhancements, the Worst Screenplay, and Worst Original Song, which was Welcome to Planet Boom, which was done by Anderson's then husband at the time, Motley Crue drummer Tommy Lee. Of course, this was just still before he actually came back with his side project aside from the Crew, that being Methods of Mayhem. It's also got nominated for Worst Actress at the Stinkers Bad Movie Awards, but however, it ranked in the bottom 20 of the Stinkers 100 Years 100 Stinkers list, which noted the 100 worst movies of the 20th century, came in at number 19. But since its release, it has attracted a cult following. I remember this was nominated for Best Fight at the MTV Movie Awards for Anderson and Steve Railsback. Let's see who plays Colonel Pricer. Yeah. So anyway, now I do appreciate some of the performances aside from Miss Anderson and what have you. Tamara Morrison played Axel Hood, and who wasn't bad. Victoria Rowell played Cora D. I'll just call her that. Jack Noseworthy played Charlie Kopetsky. Who, if I can remember this, give me a second. Boy, this is okay. Yeah, Charlie Kopetsky is Barb's brother, a blind mechanic. Now, I appreciate them having character that's blind and what have you. That was pretty good. Xander Berkeley played Chief Willis. I do know who that is. He's been in numerous films. I've seen him in Terminator 2 and Candyman. He was also in Shanghai Noon. But he's been in other shows as well. Like he's appeared on 24 and Nikita as well. More recently, The Walking Dead. Udo Kier, who I've known him from maybe a few movies like let's see. Well, I know him from Ace Ventura, Pet Detective, of course. Let's see. Sorry, it's taking some time for me to figure this out. Well, that's just among some things. Oh yeah, he was in Armageddon. He was in Blade, which those came out after Barb Wire. Anyway, and Steve Railsback played Colonel Pricer. Yeah. Now we have lots of others. Clint Howard is in this. You've known him from lots of cult classics and what have you. He plays the character of Schmitz. I gotta say, there were lots of other characters in this film. Let's see, there was even well, Tom Tiny Lister Jr. appearing in this as the bouncer. Yeah. So anyway, the cast is well, in a way, good, but I think their characters might be a little bit on the mixed side. But I'd say they're good in some ways. So And the score is done by Michelle Columbine. I think that score isn't too bad a year. I mean, even though I've only seen Barb Wire a few times, but hey, it's pretty good and it's kind of good. And I especially love that one liner you would hear Barb say, "Don't call me babe." Yeah, well, she's gonna give it to you big time. And I don't think you want to know what that means. If you got the guts and glory to see this movie, I'd say maybe just to be on the safe side, if you want to give it a one-time watch, or unless you're a die-hard Pamela Anderson fan. Well, I may not have watched Baywatch much, but since I've known about Pamela Anderson from that show, and she was in this cult classic, I'd say she just really, really heats things up. That's no lie. So that's all I'm going to tell you. I'd say give Barb Wire a one-time watch. But if this film is not of interest to you, then avoid it. So, in other words, it's a draw. My verdict is a one-time watch and avoid it. In factual words, I've defended this a little bit. So I've kind of given this a little semi-big D justice to it. So anyway, what did you think of Barb Wire? Let me know in the comments section below. If you like this video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Excuse me, I'll be right back. Okay, just need a drink. Anyway, join me next time when I bring to you a review of Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, which I recently watched not so long ago as well. So I'm looking forward to doing that. So anyway, thanks for watching, and if you like this, consider checking out my reviews for some of these other films that might have been bad, but they are, in a way, good in some ways. In the upper left-hand corner is my review of Little Nicky, which Tom Tiny Lister Jr. was actually in, as a matter of fact. Or go to the upper right-hand corner and see my review of a film that I've just learned that David Hogan was recently second unit director on, Alien 3 from 1992. I know a lot of people don't like that, and I'm understanding. Or, if you want another killer flick with a little chick power and other things, just go to the bottom left-hand corner and see the spoiler-free review of the slasher from last year, X. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.